Saving money on your COD points has never been easier. Go to codashop.com right now and save 10% on COD points. You can also send gifts to your friends. Checkout is easy, and COD points are added to your account instantly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty Mobile Regional Playoffs. We just watched Jesús bite the dust and Limitless move forward, and now we got to figure out who's going to progress on in the advancement final. It's going to be Nova going up against Animus, and I'm going to have once again Mommy and Shift on the desk for me to help break down this series. Let's start hopping right into it. We'll kick it off with Animus first, okay? This is the battle of the best here, and Shift, when it comes down to this Animus team, we've had them make a lot of great runs so far here to get to this point, but going up against Nova, the best in EU, what do they have to not falter on? What do they have to make sure that they are pristine on to take this team down?
It's hard to put a finger on one thing in particular, largely due to the fact that we haven't really seen Nova yet. So we're just kind of going off of map results.
In history,
it's a question mark, right? Yeah. I will say, though, the one player that I'm really keeping my eye out for is Drari. He had a great opening series after what was a solid, consistent, middle-of-the-road performance yesterday. But you're going to need him to really show up and bring that same fire he had in the opening today to have a shot against this Nova team that had gotten the best of Animus during the Stage 3 run.
Yeah, they definitely did. And so, you know, when it comes down to it, you know, Shift is going to put his focus there on Drari to kind of step it up for this team and really play lights out. And so now, Mommy, when it comes down here towards Animus, how do you feel they're going to have to stack up against this Nova squad? Because if it's the one thing that I can say, when you're going up against the best, you have to come in focused and you have to set the pace, okay? You cannot play behind Nova.
I mean, if Drari is going to be the player to look out for in Animus and for Nova, it's definitely going to be Spy. He is that fifth man that we keep on saying that's going to be absolutely essential. And here's one quick, rundown of what happened in Stage 3. Animus went up against Nova, and Nova's the reason why Animus was brought down so far down in the seeds. And we're going to have a rematch. I feel like it's going to be a vengeance match for Animus.
Yeah, it is going to be a vengeance match for Animus because they wanted to come out with that victory, but Nova says, hold up now, we're not out of it. Came back, taking them down. Now, you know, we've talked so much about Nova, but we haven't seen them on the broadcast all weekend long. This is going to be the first time. But looking at the scores, if you just look at the numbers, it's terrifying. You know, the series in which players had to play up against them. And so, do you think we're going to see those same consistent numbers? We've seen a lot from Animus, but just historically from Nova. Shift, how do you feel?
The thing for Nova is you've got three players that are above or just about at a 1.6 overall KD. Spy leading the charge at a 1.67.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, we can't just look at those numbers and say, that's it. They're insane.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, they had a really easy road to get to this point in the first place. We're not really tested in any form yesterday, really whatsoever. Maybe outside of the opening matchup where they played up against Cold Esports, it was a 3-0, but all of the maps were relatively tight in overall score. Everything else after that looked like it was cruise control for cool overall for Nova. So as we look into this series, I think the highlight needs to be on those three players in particular. You're looking at Spy, which we mentioned.
Yep.
And you've also have Saturns, who is looking really, really tough as well throughout the day. Those are the two that I think are really highlighting this team going in. And, of course, we saw it yesterday in the opening video. Inferno had a lot of confidence. Now it's time to back it up.
He was talking that confidence, and we got a chance to hear it. And when we finally saw the Respawn leaderboard, it was Spy at the top with like a 1.65, and we said, holy, what are you doing to these kids out here? And so now let's bring on our casters, because Ali made a great point earlier that sometimes the numbers tell you one thing, but your heart tells you another. All right, I'm going to let you guys take it away for this series, but let me know where your heart lies.
Thank you so much, Blaze. Welcome back. It is me and Bobby once again on the mic, finally getting that first look at Nova. We've already casted over Animus and have been fairly impressed so far. But Nova, like Blaze said, the numbers have been speaking a lot for themselves. My biggest worry when it comes to Nova is that second matchup, obviously, they went against the Prometheus. That didn't really show up for most of the weekend. So while we take a look at the maps and modes, I think this is going to be hopefully a closer series. We thought the last one was going to be close. This one we're hoping is going to be even closer.
I think if we get a 3-0 in this series, then it's only 3-0s throughout the weekend.
That's fair.
I have a very strong feeling that at minimum we go to a map 4, and I think the one thing that right now you got to focus on if you're Animus is the respawns. They played up against Nova twice in Stage 3. The only map that they took in either of those series was in the Search and Destroy. So we know they're capable of going toe-to-toe in that mode. They got to step things up, and I think the player to watch for Animus is going to be Narcs. I think he is our most underrated player on the weekend. He was coming into today with a 1.6 in hardpoint and averaging nearly 3 minutes in the objective at the same time. He's not necessarily always making the flashy plays, but he's the one that makes it happen, and he's going to need to come out big to take down this Nova squad.
And that's your IGL, right? Like your IGL having a 1.64 overall, getting all of that hill time. That is what you need to have confidence heading into a matchup like this. And it's interesting that we're loading into Raid Hardpoint because Nova, they were tested to the limit on Raid Hardpoint yesterday against Cold Esports, 250 to 242, nearly an 8-point win. Where Animus, when they played Raid yesterday, it was a 250 to 82 win against Axipite in the 3-1 series. So already you can see the gunfights going back and forth on this P1. Time is more so in the favor of Animus, but map control currently is going to be on the side of Nova.
Yeah, you saw Drari take that top laundry control right there. That could have been huge. Grizz going to sneak through right here. Neil doesn't hear the shots go through. Neil's still going to be able to find the kill, and a couple players starting off a little bit slow for Nova. Inferno and Spy firing away, but Saturn's still sitting on a goose egg right now. He's going to need to pick things up. And right now it's going to be about the battle for those spawns in the rotation of P3. Lots of players already set up for Nova. Grizz going to look to push through and try to break those, but he's going to get shut down immediately. One remaining player in Drari going to be left to try to flank. And right now, Marvel, the only player that could potentially break those spawns.
That was going to be a big opening kill, but Neil managed to stay alive while Spy looks over him. We can see why this guy has a 1.67 overall on the weekend. 7 kills to his name. Inferno keeping pace as well. Saturns, you can have a breadstick because you have a 20-point lead as of right now, but Animus not trying to get this up easy. That's going to be 2 kills their way, and that's going to be the break. 30 seconds left on the clock. A lot of slaying power from the likes of Nova, but it's going to be at Animus with the objective time.
I think we might be getting like a mini listen-in right now as well, as you can hear the energy in the comms for both of these squads. Animus actually able to break in from the front side, and the beauty of that is going to set them up really well for that rotation on over to P3. This is the money hill on Raid. Having Marvel already set up in the backside, you get the Lambos blown up as well. Drari's going to drop, but still going to be able to spawn. Oh, all the way over on back of Pool right there, so that's going to be a long rotation for him. All the pressure onto Inferno. Gets 1 kill, but does drop right here as Marvel is left to defend all alone. It's not going to be easy against a hungry Nova squad.
Wow, that was just so unfortunate for the likes of Animus. They had the rotation, they had the setup, but they did not have the gunny. So Nova now breaks into what should have been a money hill. The money hill that got Animus their win yesterday, as they had both early rotations and holds on this same map and mode, but it's going to be Nova in the driver's seat. 72 to 56. The contest will finally come in, but the kills all lighting up for the side of Nova. 20 seconds left on this hard point. You don't want to flip out these spawns either. Drari is going to try and contest, maybe go for this all time. I'm not a big fan of that decision, as you're going to make your way across the map as 3 members of Nova are pushing through raid side right now. They're calling in streaks as well for that control. Big plays being made from the Nova camp right now.
And right now we got to look at Kitchen. Player on the inside for Animus, but he gets shut down, and now it's Cthulhu all alone trying to contest for this hard point. Concussion's going to land. He gets his way inside. On the inside, a Cubby and Drari's there to defend with him as well, but it's so much high ground control for Nova right now. It's going to be tough to shut down. Players still on the inside of the hard point for Animus. They're trying to lock things down with those Annihilators, but the concussions land. You got to get trophies down there. A wasted operator is not a feels good for Animus, and that's going to be a full break for Nova. Drari trying to contest, but you got to try to make these shells together, because the 1-by-1 into a full Nova squad, just not going to happen.
I think that's one of the biggest differences right now when it comes to this matchup is Animus is getting those rotations, and, you know, per se, the game is still fairly close, but the gun skill right now, the slaying power is all in the hands of Nova. They're making these breaks look so easy. Animus, it doesn't matter how set up you are, you have to win those opening rotational gunfights, and they just cannot. 3 players now down for the side of Animus. All of the map control is going to be in the hands of Nova. Therefore, only a 10-point game, 106-97, but it almost feels like Nova has been driving the pace this whole time.
Oh my gosh, Spy shoots out the hunter-killer drone before it can take him down right there. Crazy awareness out of him, and that's going to open up that initial rotation as he locks down the hardpoint control. Right now, if you're Nova, you need to get Neil going, and he's able to get some streaks right there, but still sitting on 8 kills. He's the one player lagging behind, might be able to stack some with that hunter-killer, but right now, it's still Nova holding the advantage right here, and that early rotation has not been touched. Gothilla trying to clear out Red Room, but it's not going to happen. Creed shuts him down. Grizz able to find one, but he's immediately traded out as well. And the edge, especially when it comes to the respawn, starting to show itself a little bit right here as consistency at the top of the scoreboard. 4 players with 16 plus right now for Nova.
And I mean, it is very, very rare that you see this final hill get soaked up so much time here has gone to the side of Nova.